Hello, grade 11s. Let's do some negative angles. Doesn't that sound like a bit more fun than listening to some bad guitar? So let's see what we've got here. Negative sine of negative 30 and cos of negative 240. Now, we've got such a nice, neat way of doing this. It's really going to make our lives so easy. You're gonna see. So let's get into it. Now, let's have our Cartesian plane ready to go. So please draw a Cartesian plane, x, y. We're going to go through this first example and we're going to solve it and at the same time see why it works. So the two will be linked nicely. So we've got 0, 90, 180, 270, 360, and that's all well and good. Those are all positive angles. But what about negative 30? Which quadrant do you think negative 30 will be in? Well, hopefully you took at least more than a guess, maybe an educated guess, that if we're going in a positive direction, we're going this way. So surely the opposite's negative. So negative 30, there it is there. Negative 30 degrees. It's going to be down here. Now, we're going to use a nice little method that's just going to get us back to, as I said, what the type of question we've been doing before. And to say, well, if we took our negative 30 degrees and we added 360 degrees, wouldn't we just be back where we started? Yeah, well, it definitely would be because we've gone around a full revolution, except now where we'd be sitting is at not negative 30, but we've added 360. So let's say that we started our original one said sine of negative 30, and we're saying, hang on, isn't this just equal to sine of, let's add in 360 degrees. So this is the same as sine of what? Okay, so hopefully you're awake and just said, well, that's easy. Minus 30 plus 360, that takes us to 330, or you did it in your head, either way, or you said, well, 360 minus 30, there it's 330. So these two are the same. Now we're on familiar ground. We're used to doing this. This is what we've just been doing. And I'm not suggesting that you aces and whizzing are going, oh, that's easy, but we're getting comfortable with this. This is something new from this past few days. And from here we go, okay, sine of 330. Well, this is the same as sine of, well, it's close to 360. It's 30 away from 360. So it's the same as 360 minus 30. So therefore it's 30, but hang on, which quadrant are we in? We're in the fourth quadrant. So therefore cos is positive, this is negative, and then we pop it in our calculator and say minus sine of 30 degrees, and we get negative a half. Let's just check our solution. Is this the same as sine of negative 30? Well, sine of negative 30 equals negative a half. Yes, so we're good. So let's do cos negative 240 and see where that gets us. So our second question is cos of negative 240. Before even drawing the cast diagram, add 360 and what do you get? Okay, so we've got, this is the same as minus 240 plus 360. You don't have to show this step, but I'm showing it now just to make sure it's clear. So this is the same as minus 240 plus 360 equals, just checking if we're all awake still, 120. Okay, now we can draw our cast diagram. This one I'm going to draw a bit more rush. C-A-S-T, 120 degrees. Where am I sitting? I'm sitting up here. Which trig ratio is positive? Sine. This is cos, so it must be negative. So I'm going to say this is negative cos of, well, if this was 120, what angle is this? That was quite quick, so you went, it's going too quickly. But that's 60 degrees, so that's negative cos of 60. Calculator, minus cos 60, because we don't really remember our special angles that much, and we said that's minus a half. Just a bit of a coincidence that they're the same answer. Okay, two more examples. That one looks a bit hairy and more interesting, right? Let's do this one here. Example 2. Now, you can see these are examples from the textbook purposely so, and some of your friends might be doing this a slightly different way. They might be saying, well, this negative 240, we can go negative in that direction. It's in the second quadrant. Perfectly valid. I think this is just such a nifty way. Plus 360, and we're in a world that we're comfortable with and getting more comfortable. So we keep reinforcing the same ideas. Okay, so determine tan minus 315. So tan minus 315 degrees, and work out the whole thing and let me know what your answer is. You tried to cheat, didn't you? I'm sure I've caught at least one of you. And you said, oh, well, tan minus 315. I just used Brendan's calculator and it said it's 1, so I said 1 and I got it right. Be honest, how many of you did that? And maybe how many of you thought, oh, I should have done that, shouldn't I? Okay, but hopefully some of us were a bit diligent and said, well, minus 315, I'm just going to add 360 to this. I'm going to kind of shorthand this and say plus 360. So I'm still showing what I'm doing. Minus 315 plus 360 equals 45. Okay, I'm not even going to draw the cast diagram. It's an acute angle. Tan 45, calculator, tan 45, 1, done. That was quite a nice, easy one. And this one worked quite nicely, I must say, with our adding 360. And it always is when it's between 270 and 360. It just, I mean, there, that was, no, okay. Last example. Example 3. Express sine theta minus 180 as a ratio of theta. Now be careful. Might be tempted to say, oh, well, we've done that. Theta minus 180, well, that's just theta minus, pause. It's not 180 minus theta. It's not 180 minus theta. So we're not just going 180 minus theta. It's theta minus 180. Let's use our same trick. So sine theta minus 180. And what did we want to do? Well, we said, that's easy. Just plus 360. Do you ever get the feeling that a unicorn vomited on the page with all these bright colors? Anyway, those are rainbows or something. Sine of that, well, this is just equal to sine minus 180 plus 360 minus 180 plus 360, 180. Okay, maybe you got there. So theta is still theta plus 180. This is the type of thing we've done before. Normally it looked the other way around. Normally it looked like sine of 180 plus theta. But they're the same thing, so we really don't have to. I'm just going to put that in brackets. Well, let's put it kind of in brackets like this. That's how we normally saw it. So we went, okay, well, there's 180 plus theta. We're down here, CAST. So this is just equal to sine of theta, because it's just a 180 plus or minus. Which quadrant are we in? Tan. Tan is positive, therefore sine is negative. I love it. Okay, cool. So negative sine theta. Now we got some to do. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 questions I'd like you to do. And just be careful when you see these ones, 180 minus. My hint is that we've done those already. So please work these out. Remember, the trick is just plus 360 if you've got a negative angle. That's all we're adding new. And then we're reinforcing what we've been doing the whole week. So, yeah, enjoy that. I'm just going to get back to what I do, and let's just do a bit of... Okay, that's enough. Goodbye, grade 11.